Hello, everybody. Can you hear me now? Always important to check the sound. We can check the sound now.
Check the sound.
All right, look at that. And I even have a live stream. This is perfect. Been a long time. I've been doing a couple videos over at the new channel, Was This Atlantis? However, I haven't done much here in a long time, so I thought I'd come back and say hello to everybody and give everybody an update if you haven't checked out some of the videos. Got a lot of new subscribers. Thought I did at least. Okay, this music is finished, and I'll just talk more. Look at what I got for you here. This is the Bimini Road, Bimini Road that we all have been hearing about. If you know my channel, I did something a long time ago on it, and I got some underwater pictures from other channels, but still never really realized where it was. So let's start with Miami, which is right about here, and right across this, gosh, it must be really cold, and the water must go through pretty quick right there because it's going right down the North America. But right over here you get Bimini Island. It's right there. And as you get closer to Bimini, you can see inside here the road. Now, if you're not sure what it looks like, there's this picture online. I've got a good copy here. But the thing is that it's a little bit off. It's not, this is a little bit obtuse as far as I can tell. This is Bimini Bay. This is in the island, and then you've got the shoreline here, but it's just not really that clear. And then when you compare it with the real picture, which I think is available, where is that? I got a picture of it, a very clear one, but I think maybe I don't have that in this selection. Okay, well, anyways, the first one I just showed you shows you the road. It's supposed to be right there in Bimini Bay, and as you get closer to it, you can see Bimini Road right there. It looks just like the map if you want to compare it. Let's open both up. Can I open two? Not really. Well, let me try. Let me try to do it this way. That'll work, right? So if you look at it this way and you look at the size of this compared to the size of this, it's just a little off. So I had to go out and look for it. But you can see it right there. That's Bimini Bay, Blue Lagoon Road, all sorts of stuff going on right there. I don't know what that is. Is that that's like a land reclamation area. But you can get there if you sail east from Miami. There's the, okay, so now if you look at this thing here, I'm going to put it right there. I want to make it as big as possible though. There, let's do that. So if you look at this thing here, you can kind of see this long thing right there. And that's this little knob or knee or whatever. That's right there is Bimini Bay. It's right there. So as you can see, it's not exactly what the map draws. And then we can't see it very clearly because the zoom is not enough. But in the next screenshot, you can see it. Let me open that up. Where is that? All right, it's right here. So getting closer, you can see the northern Bimini Island area, and then right about there is where the Bimini Road shows, although there's other weird things like here. I guess I didn't grab that other picture. You can take a look at the video. It's not a very long video. And where else have I been on this planet? Well, I've been hanging out here, looking at these lines right here. I just think that they look too much like the Kalahari canals to be something that just occurred naturally. And you've got these sand dunes that are similar to them. This is Timbuktu. This is where the Niger River intersects with Timbuktu. Still wonder if I'm live or not. Yeah, it's pretty fast. I'm using a different source of bandwidth and it seems like it's holding up pretty well. All right, where are we with these photos? Okay, the other thing I was showing, I already showed this. I think that this was really cool, and still want to go back there. I mean, this is really close to what I'm looking at now. But what I really want to kind of focus on is this stuff I put up at the other channel, Gornaya, Shoria. And I learned a lot about that. So I just wanted to do a quick update on this channel, because I had a video that people are visiting on a daily basis on Gornaya, Shoria. And I put the link to the new video there. But for some reason, people keep coming back to that video. And that video doesn't have any real good information at all, except for a few pictures of the rocks up close. Now, if you don't know what Gornaya Shoria is, Gornaya means mount. I've got a couple of pictures right there of the two mountains. This is going to do me like this. And actually, it says Pokloni Crest here, because I think there is, that's talking about the cross that's on this top of this mountain. Now over here we have one. I don't see a cross over there, but I saw it here. You can see the shadow as you zoom in, and then down below right here is where the megalithic complex is. There's a picture here that kind of man, I'm gonna have to close all these windows. This is one of them, and if you ask me, I'm not a really big I mean, do I think giants made this? Is it some type of an ancient dike? Natural made dike? It sure is weird looking. I'm not the one calling it a megalithic complex, but it is megalithic, and somebody else is calling it that. It's very big. With my look at the spinal mountains, which in my opinion, the spinal mountains, or the spines. Sorry, just checking on the sound there. Sounding pretty good. Sounding like it's a nice clear video. I hope it's HD when we're all said and done, because that was the big problem before. So anyways, with what I've been seeing with these spinal, unnatural, straight mountains, this has the spine, but it's not very straight. So I'm just showing it because I didn't do a good service when I did it before. Let me see if I can find other pictures of it. Here's a if you look, that road right there is on the right hand side, so you can see this picture was taken from this point looking north, and you can see these large pinnacles, or what they call the camels. It seems like they're calling it the camels. And I thought I had this thing in order. It's not showing pictures the way I wanted to. Let me find the next one. It seems like, okay, this one right here is an interesting one. This is the Great Wall of Gorgan. It's got this big mound right here alongside this Great Wall. And when you look at this, it's almost like it's a river or something. But the Great Wall of Gorgan goes across, I forgot which country. I thought it was Iran or something like that. I guess it goes from the Mediterranean Sea east. This thing goes, the Black Sea. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. Look at that right there. That's interesting, right? Kind of curious what's going on. There's a mound. There's a circle. There's a big, huge rectangular mound. And that's just one shot off this Great Wall of Gorgan. So if you don't know about that, please check it out. See, I had a problem with fake pictures on my previous video of Gornaya Shoria. This is one of them, and I was like, yeah, that's a fake. I mean, it's a real picture. And you can, but look how they have this Gornaya Shoria on it. It's just misinformation. Something very common. You hear about something and you look up a bunch of pictures and you find fake pics. And usually they're on Instagram. I think this is an interesting one. Thank you for finally opening up right there. At least I can. These are very interesting pictures. I don't know where I got this. This is from Michelle, from Michelle's Arc, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. So Gornaya Shoria is this place up on top of some mountains. That means Mount Shoria. So you go to Mount Shoria. I can show you both places if you would like to see that, and then I'll probably finish this up. Just wanted to get this out there. I hope you saw this video. This one was great, and the reason why is because it's just so clear how these straight canals have been created for probably agriculture or water movement back when the Sahara was green. That's a great video. Hope you can watch that one. So let's take a look at some of these places, I guess. I was just in Timbuktu, but right now I'm going to go over to Gornaya, Shoria, which is found right next to this large Russian province, and it's right there. You can zoom right in there. And I know it's kind of hard to see. I'll do it one more time. There's this large Russian province. There's two at the foot. The one that's second to the bottom. I mean, you can call this the bottom. So that's second to the bottom. And so it's the third one to the bottom. Go to the bottom of that third one to the bottom, and you see Mount Shoria right there. Is that not it? That's not it. Why does it look wrong? That's interesting. Did I get the wrong one? I got lost again. Okay, that's got to be it, right? Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, that's it. And you can see the cross. They've got something, you can see the shadow of the cross right there. So that's probably Poseidon crest, if that's what that means. It could mean the crest of the mountain or the top of the mountain, in my opinion. Hey, Gary Smoke. Thank you for joining. I'm just doing a little update here. Just showing off some of these things that I got on going on my other channel. So let's back out again, and you can see that's the top of that mountain. There's another peak over here, and south of that here you can see, and I was over here. The photo I showed you earlier was from right about here, and it was looking at the top where the crest or the cross is, and there's all those things, and to me they look pretty natural, but for some reason that place has been designated as a megalithic complex, and you can see that whatever's happening, it kind of goes in a straight line, and it does seem to control some water because there's some water going right next to it. All right, now the next place I'm showing you is Bimini Road. And by the way, as we back out, I just want to take a look at these water structures here. I mean, honestly, I've seen this thing could have been I've never seen three straight, and these are not really rivers, but they're like the river valleys, and then you can see more and more. I mean, you do see, look at these. Wow, definitely some type of activity was going on there, some type of cataclysmic activity with all that straight lines. I mean, to me, these here kind of look like the Kalahari canals in a way, but it's just hard to say. I mean, it looks like it's almost like eroded or created by wind, but they're so straight and they go for so many miles that they kind of are similar to the Kalahari canals in a way. Just a lot more. Well, let's measure it real quick just for kicks. Just want to see what's going on. I miss everybody's birthday. I'm going to try to get back to Taiwan one of these days. So that's how many miles? 41 miles across. You've got these straight lines, and they're very clear. They're very clear that there's some type of activity going on here. Okay, so that was the Russian area. You can go back out and find it. That was where we started, and then I was looking at this right here. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm don't want to get into my personal situation there, Gary, but I'm just barely hanging on around here. You are going to move, really? And the question is, where will you move? Let's see here. Where was the other thing I wanted to show you? Oh yeah, Bimini, right here. So we go down to Florida, and Miami's there, and you can see Bimini Island already. As you zoom into Bimini Island, you can go to Bimini Bay. So where is it? You've got that little knob right there. So that's Bimini Bay right there. And when you get in there, you can quickly find Bimini Road. You even see the words, but it's up here, the things that they've mapped out. Wyoming where? Let's go to Wyoming. You know, I've heard all about it. Thank you for joining, Matt Dillon. Thank you, Gary. I'd like to know where you're moving, and I'd like to come see you soon. Yeah, I have been away from Taiwan for over a year now. How's the volume? Okay, let's see here. So Wyoming. And by the way, when we go to Wyoming, let's quickly go through Colorado, where at the bottom there's these mountain peaks, and I'm very interested in these so-called dikes. I mean, volcanic dikes doing this is questionable. Thank you for the feedback. The Red Desert in Wyoming. All right, let's check it out. You know what I wish I could do is just shoot down to the other dikes that are coming from the mountains in South America. Okay, there we go. There's Wyoming. Let's make it north. And the Red Desert. Where's the desert? Whoops. Don't want to go 3D yet. All right, Matt Dillon, you can lead me around the desert since this is so nice. Looking at it, I do see some interesting things. I like to usually stick with the mountains. There's not a lot of mountains. Is that the desert? Let me just type in Red Desert, or let's do a new search for Red Desert, Wyoming. Red Desert, Wyoming. There we go. All right. Yeah, well, of course, these mesas, I don't know if you can call that a mesa, are very interesting to me. I was just looking at some in Africa, but they didn't seem to be much. Find the map. Where is the map? Here. Red Desert Basin. And, alright. So we're talking about this. That's the red. It's going on the 80. Look at that. That would be a dike, right? Or is that, what's making that line? Sometimes I'm having trouble with my mouse. Alright, where's the border? There we are. So I was kind of in the right area right here. I don't see the Red Desert part. Where's that red part? I always like to start at the mountains. And that's interesting. It's kind of a line there, but so big. Look at these. Okay, so now we're starting to see something that I question right here. And the reason why is because, I mean, it's these bridges here. I call those a bridge. I want to call them a land bridge, but this is a line here, and this is a line here. It's creating like a channel that these bridges going across. I'd like to know more about that. And the reason why is, look at that. See this ridge right here? That looks very similar to the ridges in South Africa. Now, I know it's quite big, but at the same time, I know it's just a mountaintop, right? But when you see that straight line, yeah, Zach Galifianakis without hair. Yeah, where's my picture? I got a troll in the room. Hold on, let me block this guy. Let's see here. Hide user on this channel. There we go. Well, his messages will be hidden, but he still watches in the dark. It's like, okay, so back to the show, which is not going to be much longer. Interesting how it stays so clean on the top. That's one thing that I don't understand. Why are there no trees on the top of this ridge and this natural channel? This right here obviously was a breach. This right here, I mean, that looks like it's a land bridge going across it. There's another line right here, assumably called a dike, right? All right. Had to turn on the fan. Sorry, I got a little bit too much. I did eat something, but the coffee kind of overwhelmed me just now. So Sometimes I drink a little bit too much coffee in the morning and I can't move. Those are some interesting lines. I mean, honestly, this looks like it's all natural to me, very old. These look interesting. Fremont Lake, Willow Lake. Look at these lines going across here. Yeah, as you can tell, I pretty much showed everything that I wanted to show. It's hard to distinguish in some areas. Well, look at this. Now, is this an artifact we're seeing? Are we seeing an artifact? Or are we seeing... What are we seeing here? This is really real? Or is that artifact? That's got to be an artifact that we're seeing right there. I'm not sure why we're seeing it like that. It can't be real. That's got to be an artifact of Google Earth. I mean... Although I have to be honest, yeah, a butt. Okay, so that word butt, I've been calling them nubs. But I think that's probably... What is a butt? Is that like a mesa? That's got to be an artifact, right? A Google Earth artifact. It's just... The funny part is this part right here. Where you see the shadow, it's... You see that line, but is it... That's an artifact. I don't think we're going to get that lucky with straight lines in Wyoming, but I'll have to check it out again. I've seen some situations where you're seeing this line and you're like, what's going on here? And it actually is real. This, though, it just looks so real when it blends in with the ridge of the mountain. Yeah, that's got to be an artifact right there. I'm not sure why. Some kind of a random... glitch. You're lagging. Let me see. I don't know if I'm lagging. I do have some feedback on OBS. OBS is giving me a green light. Sorry, I'm ready to play some music or something. So quiet around here. I'm going to have to start doing more music while I'm talking, but it's got to be... I mean, you see lines like this, you're like, okay, I know what caused that. That's human, but when you come down here and see those straight lines here like that, it's like weird. But it's got to be an artifact. It's very distracting. See, when you see a line like that, that just seems so straight right there. To be the top of a mountain ridge. And look at that. You've got a kind of a natural channel going on the other side of it. It's very straight. But is it straight enough? It's a little bit not enough straight for me to think that it was naturally, not naturally created. I mean, lots of stuff can happen, right? And we're talking 1,000,000 years ago. If something happened 1,000,000 years ago, then I can believe this would be as jagged. Those lines again. Don't get tricked. But that's weird, right? Am I going crazy? Why is it like that? That's just weird. And if we look at, is that a straight line of mountains? I mean, I don't know what we're seeing here. I guess we're seeing an artifact, but they're very distracting. That looks like a straight line, right? Rocky Mountains. Yeah, Google Earth really does a good job sometimes. Okay, well, my main goal today was to kind of catch up everything. I'm still broadcasting from an undisclosed location in California. I'm still planning on going back to Africa in October, if not sooner. Okay, this is Canada. Let's get back into Wyoming. Any other parts? Well, the ice sheets must have been growing over 100,000 years ago, right? I mean, I don't know. The Ice Age, there were a couple of them. They certainly melted. I would probably defer to Randall Carlson on trying to figure out how they melted. All right. Getting the messages, getting the notifications. Maybe it's some good news. That's an interesting one right there. And yeah, I'd be interested in looking at where Randall Carlson's currently looking. They're always running around here looking at stuff. We certainly do have some scans that are very distracting. Or I should say some scan artifacts that are very distracting here. And sometimes I think they do stuff like that on purpose. Look at this one. Dinwoody Lake. That was a nice curve right there. I mean, it looks like something that a melting ice sheet could have done. Look at that bedrock sticking through right there. And I don't know. This is Dinwoody Creek. Okay, what was I going to show you before I'm done here? Let's get to the Kalahari canals that I've been looking at. Wait, let's take a quick look in South America if I can find those. Something right about here. If I can find them without... And they're in a previous video. This is something I showed a while ago. We have a mountain, and on both sides we've got these unnatural looking chutes. They're still technically in Peru, or... Where are we here? It's not in Peru. That's too high. So, kind of Argentina, I think. Let's see if we can find them real quick. A national park is up here. That looks familiar. But it's been a while. So, I'm not going to be able to find them. But they're definitely easy to see once you get that they're just too straight, too natural. And, of course, Zero Control was the one who showed them to me. I have to give him credit. Where is that? Right around here somewhere. Lots of stuff to see in South America. See that right there? What's going on there? Look at these. Interesting. Look at that. And then you can see how it continues up here a little bit. And then disappears. Here, look at this. Look at that. Look at that one right there. And up above, right here. Is that channeling water? Look at this. That's interesting to me right there. It's always fun finding something new when you're live streaming as well. These are supposedly sand dunes. That one's not, but this one looks like sand dune to me. Maybe not. When they're covered with growth, they're no longer really a dune, are they? That looks like it was created by sand, or by a dune. Ancient lines here. Would be crazy to say that was unnatural. Would I be crazy? What's that? Oh, look at this. You know, that kind of, to me, looks similar to these lines right there. So I get a little tricked. See, those didn't pop up. See, I was showing, there was the other thing, these are the Kalahari canals, but I did have these pictures from the New York Harbor. That's New York. That's Long Island. 50 yards across. So this is in Seaman's Island, New York. So we're going all over the place. I mean, honestly, modern day. I mean, this is actually right next to the airport, so it depends on what you think we were capable of. I think some people are attributing this to duck conservation, but come on, you're going to be able to. I mean, this is going all the way down Long Island. Zero control. Hey, welcome. I was just having a little update. I was showing. You know what? Wish I could get the place you showed us in South America. Look at this part here. I was kind of looking at these, but I was looking for those channels that you showed us. I just wanted to get them in one more video. Is that a channel there? That looks like a channel. But you showed us, and I'm trying to find where that was. Anyways, I was going to go back to Africa. Somewhere around here, you showed us some channels. And it's kind of hard for me to... was it down here? This is why you have to mark your stuff. All right, I was going to show one more thing before I got out of here, and that was right here. And as I was saying before, and let me get the screenshot up. This is the Eye of Africa has these lines, but they're covered with sand. But down here, you've got these straight lines, and they're kind of showing that there's, and they're right here. If you know Mali, you know that Timbuktu is here. And down here you've got what is also similar to these Kalahari canals. In fact, let's take a look at the measurements. So if you see this, it says, see how straight they are though? These are really straight. Let me just get that out of there. Let me find the one with the measurements. That's the same picture. One more time. So we can go there if you want, but I'm just trying to find the screenshot. So a mile wide and they're 750 feet wide each channel. So a mile apart. Let's find a good one to measure and see if these are a mile apart. I mean, all sorts of stuff's going on around here, right? I mean, it looks just like the Kalahari Canals does, right? So we'll take an average. So we're going to take 10 of them and see if it equals 10 miles. Where's that measuring tape right here? So let's start about, let's find if we can get 10 of them. I'll go right in the middle here, and then I'll go across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now that's about in the middle. So it says here 15 miles. So these are 1.5 miles apart. Let's go in for another measurement. Let's see here. Start new, and we'll just take this nice chunk of sand here and see how far apart from center to center. Right there to right about there, and that's even more. So that's 1.6. So not exactly the same as the Kalahari canals. And the question is, do you think that's a sand dune? So that's a mile right there, approximately. It's a long, long work in progress then. The question is, who lived before us and is going to live after us? All right, what else did I want to show you right here? I mean, I already made a video on it, but these canals kind of align with the sand dunes up here. And what I've already shown here, and what I want to show again, is this is not really a dune. It's not really blowing sand. So you've got yourself like a little valley here. Like that might be... Look at that. You've got a little guy who built a wall, so he must be trying to hold into any moisture he can. And so these little these little so-called sand. Okay, maybe one thing that I see over here. See, I got a little confused by that, but one thing I see here is what I consider to be bedrock showing through. So we're not really talking about. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. Because now I'm seeing what looks like this could be the little valleys instead of the peaks. Look at this weird river once came through here. Maybe that's the valley part. So maybe I was wrong. I have to take another look. When I look at this, though, is that the valley or is that the peak? Maybe I was wrong. Well, I have to consider that I make mistakes. Those are really skinny compared to these. So these were 1.5 miles apart. So anything in here is only about 10 to 20 feet apart. This is like a very interesting little area here. Lots of little tiny oases, right? And some of them even have water. This is all in Mali next to Timbuktu. And of course, if you really want to have some fun, go to those Tibesti mountains and visit those canals that we had found. Where are we? Is it over here? Yeah, there it is. I mean, I think that this is definitely a sign of a megalithic terraforming. I mean, you don't get straight lines like that naturally from rivers. And this place right here, by the way, Zero Control, it was your video that showed it, but when I saw this weird, crazy working, it kind of makes me think of what I saw down in this area here. But it's just so big, it's so hard to believe that... Where am I? Oh, let me do that. Right over here. When you're going through here, it just looks like somebody was working the land here. I kind of got lost. I don't know where I'm showing you. I found a lot of weird circular sand dunes around here that I don't understand how they're created. But I did want to just make sure to show this channel because I've been doing all this stuff over where? At the whole... Was This Atlantis channel was trying to get some new traffic going over there, so I did a couple of new videos, one on the Gornaya Shoria, the other one on, let me close some of this stuff, the other one on well, I'll just show you again, one on Gornaya Shoria and then one on Bimini, right? I'm not sure if it's Bimini or Bimini, but it's right here. There you can see the stuff that they've actually put into their little map, which is right there. But like I already showed you, the area next to Bimini is not like this. It's a distortion of reality. It's a little bit farther away, a little bit smaller, in my opinion, from Bimini Bay. So I don't know. Maybe I need to relook at it. You got some crazy noises going on around here. I don't know if that's an insect or what. Alrighty, Delia, thank you for your message. I don't know if Timbuktu was the other city built on concentric circles. I've seen a lot of people claim to recognize concentric circles around the world. Going back to Google Earth. Timbuktu along the Senegal River. I don't know. That's right there. It's considered the Niger River. But somewhere along the line, if you follow it, it gets out to the Senegal River. I could be wrong about that. There's the Senegal River right there. So maybe it's a tributary technically. But I think that it's close enough that it was probably... I mean, honestly, there's a few things. We've got these... what I consider canals, ancient canals that are very similar to the Kalahari canals. Secondly, these, I mean, that's, I don't know, maybe wind did that, but it's just a little too cool. Oh, Benin? Well, let's go there real quick because I'm ready to end this. And when you arrived, I don't want to just run away. Where is it? Oh, down here? And you're talking about concentric circles, so you must be talking about this area near the ocean, right? Oh, there's more Kalahari Canal action right there. What is that? Is that a... Okay, so sometimes I see right there canals, but then they seem to disappear like it's some type of a artifact, a scanning artifact. Let's get in there and see this. They disappear. So you're getting a scanning artifact right about there. All these lines going this way. And then when you get in closer, they disappear. So there's some inner canals right there. And bridges. That's pretty... Oh, look at that. Look at what do you see under the water there? Or is that not water? That's a... Okay, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Now we got water. So that's just a river valley. But it's all covered in green, so this is kind of interesting, right? I mean, you're talking about a big old piece of... Is that a water? That's the water, right? Rive Gauge La Toho. It's a campground. I don't know what language that is. Rive Gauge. Probably French. Not Spanish. Well, it's another place I haven't really looked at before. Well, I've been listening to a lot of that. In fact, modern day stuff too from people I'm meeting in person. You can see these lines going there, and it's like, wow, another Kalahari Canal example. But no. Looks nice. Looks nice. Is that a lake right there? That's one big huge lake. Okay. What are all these squares under there? Is this a lake or is this like just marshland? That's crazy. What's going on in there? Is that a heart? I don't see any boats. What's that, a boat? Well, if you can give me a specific point. Wall around the city. I mean, the big city's going to be probably Porto Novo. Right? Porto Novo is the city there. Wow, big city. I don't see any swimming pools. That's kind of a circle right there. They sure love to have their curved roads. Yeah, I'm about... Oh, look at that. There's a circle right there. That's a double circle. They've got the inner river part. That's right there on the water. Well, if they dug anything up, it's probably in here. Lake Nokoi. Nokoi. Interesting stuff, but I gotta go. I wanted to make sure that this thing's gonna work, and it looks like we're doing pretty well. I'm gonna have a lot more videos, but a bunch of them are gonna be on the what do you call it? The other channel. Thank you very much for joining me, Delia. I look forward to your message. We can talk offline. Have a good one.
Power on.
Uh-oh.